I'm Michele Spahr, for those that do not know me. I know so many of you, and it's excited to have you guys all here. What I'm going to do is chat and ask a couple questions to James, and then we'll open it up. Any questions you guys have, nothing is off limits, right? Mine are nice ones. I don't know what they have. I'm not going to speak for them. When I told Kiersten, I'll come out there and interview James again, but don't tell him or he might not show up.
Remember that, I got like 3 extra Instagram followers.
You did. You're welcome. You're welcome. I got none. I'm just saying. Welcome to PklPlex, everybody. We want to say thank you to Mike and to Tammy for hosting today. So a big shout out to them. And how lucky are they that they snagged Kiersten? Let's see if Kiersten gets a bigger clap than the guest of the day, James Ignatowich. Okay, all right, good. He needs no introduction. He came from tennis, and then it was too easy. No?
Tennis was too boring.
Too
And then I
boring.
was like,
Okay, even better. Okay, so what brought you to pickleball then? Tell your story.
Well, yeah, so I was playing tennis. I played college tennis, and I basically knew I wasn't going to go pro in tennis, and I was kind of getting bored. I played tennis every day since I was 4 years old. I got ATP points in tennis and doubles, but then I saw pickleball being played 5 years ago. 5 years ago, pickleball was a lot less competitive even then than it is now. It's not super competitive now either, obviously. So when I saw pickleball then, I was like, okay, I got to try to go pro at this because I thought it would be pretty doable. And, it was, I guess.
Here he is.
Yeah, so.
All right, so you have over 30 PPA medals?
Yeah, I think exactly 30.
Okay,
Yeah.
And you have beaten every top 20 player.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that is pretty impressive, right?
Yeah.
That's how good this guy is. You're also the founder of RPM.
Yep.
I'm loving the new pink paddle, by the way, which we'll talk about in a second, but I am also a ambassador for RPM. And the reason I did that is because after that we were at Yellow Club, I tried it and I'm like, I love this thing. I really stand behind and love the paddle that you have put out there. Not just one, but several different options now, and you've done a great job with that. So tell everybody here, why did you decide to get into the paddle manufacturing business, because it's not easy?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not that hard either, Like, I didn't think it was, because it's such a wide open market. I was using a Selkirk paddle before they had the boomstick, before they even had the Selkirk era, and it was just the Power Air, the one that you had me sign, and it was such a bad paddle. I mean, you and I both know.
It's like a board.
Yeah, it was so bad. And I was using that on the Pro Tour, and I just couldn't. I remember actually it was a vivid moment. I missed a reset with it, and I was like, I just can't do this anymore. Like, I'm done. And so I called one of my smartest friends from growing up. He was working at an investment bank in New York City. And I'm like, look, we just got to start a paddle company, because if this is the best that I'm using, like, we can do better than this. And so, yeah, he went to China first. I ended up living in China for most of this year. I've lived in China for the last 9 months. I just got back last month. And we just spent all of our waking hours trying to make the best paddles we could make. We've got 4 different offerings now. I think there's 3 of them here, 3 different lines of them here. I think it's a little more straightforward than people think. There's a ton of different paddle companies, but there's not a lot of paddle companies that are super competitive. That's all they do. A lot of paddle companies are actually like side hustles. There's 30 different paddle companies, but 20 of them are owned by somebody that's doing something else. Like Proton Franklin, their main sport is baseball, right? And then they're doing pickleball on the side. It's not that tough to compete with if it's not their main thing. So yeah, I think we rose to the top pretty quickly just because of sheer effort and not doing anything else. I wasn't doing anything else, not even talking to girls.
How about now? Are you talking
Nope,
to girls
no
now?
girls still.
no.
Nope,
Okay.
no girls.
In case anyone's wondering.
I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they're not.
All right, so how have things changed? So you started was it a year now?
Yeah, we actually launched it probably 9 months ago was the first launch, and now, yeah, we sold 50,000 units.
Yeah, it's amazing. How has the technology changed in that 9 months, or has it?
I think most of the things that people are wondering now are like how to have a paddle that's all foam. I actually still like the feel of a paddle that's honeycomb. So this is honeycomb, but we made the Q2 that I think you're using because people like foam also. It's a little more durable. So trying to make paddles that have all foam, different ways of layering the surfaces. This is not just one carbon fiber surface. Paddles will have like, that one's got like several. This has got 3. The boomstick has, actually I think it's just 2. So the amount of surfaces isn't correlated with like how good it is. It's just everybody has a different amount of surfaces. So it's kind of like a fun thing to solve because in tennis rackets, like they're all the same. Basically, they're all within like 1% of each other. But pickleball paddles, like they're all super different, and the sport is growing so fast. So being at the front of making new stuff is pretty fun.
Yeah. You said that starting it was actually not that difficult. Have you come up with any challenges? I know that a couple of the paddles didn't pass for a little bit.
Yeah, like we had a couple of challenges where like we had the first version of the 16 millimeter elongated V1, like it was delisted and then relisted. I think the main challenge is like the governing bodies. I don't know. I can't say anything actually about that. but I will say that it's just a little tough to deal with because there's two governing bodies that have different requirements, and enforcement is sometimes a little interesting. It's tough to deal with, but that's not really a big challenge. I think it hasn't been that challenging.
Anything else that you want to throw out there about your paddles? Anything coming up?
They saw the paddle I was using today. I actually think there's a special shape that I was using today, and I have a prediction. Like, I think everybody's going to start using that shape. I think it's just the best possible shape. I was playing with Kiersten. She's like, yeah, I need to start using this shape. I'm using it. Ryan Fu, all the top players immediately switched to the shape. I'm not biased. Like, I have this shape. I have all the shapes. But that particular shape, basically,
do you want to show us the shape?
I don't know.
You're not allowed to? There's a special.
It's hidden.
It's a hidden shape.
I'll just leave it. But basically, it's like a very short handle, and it's a huge paddle face. It makes. Yeah, basically, we just maximize the dimensions of the paddle face. Because I think the biggest waste of space on a paddle is the part of the grip that's below your hand. So if you choke up on the paddle, there's 2 inches below your hand. That's the biggest waste of space ever. It's not doing anything. You could literally make the paddle 2 inches longer. It's like not even a question about which one's better in that case.
So that's one thing. So a lot of instructors will say that that's a good thing to have that elongated handle because then you can get more of a whipping motion on that. What's your thought on that?
I think it's
or a two-handed backhand for that matter.
Well, I use a two-handed backhand all the time, and I have big hands, and I can, because most people when they hit a two-handed backhand, their left hand is on the back of the, you know, like you go like this. So I can have an inch and a half. I overlap to some extent. Like I like half overlap, like a full overlap would be like this. I like half overlap. Some people do 2 on the back. Some people do 1. The only time you need a long handle is if you literally don't overlap at all. Everybody's different. I don't teach people to hold it like I hold it because I hold it pretty weird. It's like, it's about an inch shorter than this, but you can make it happen. You'll see. When you use it, you'll say, oh, this makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so is that one that's coming up?
Yeah, but it's
still prototype.
Probably a couple months. We just got approved. So it's officially USAP approved. Right. So like pros will start using it in tournaments, a couple pros, probably in 2 months.
The area of the base, or is it just the length of the paddle?
The full dimensions of the grip and the handle. Or sorry, the handle and the paddle face. Technically, you could have a 1-inch handle.
Make sure that
it's like a massive paddle.
Yeah. If you want to have a 3-inch handle and a huge paddle face, you're not going to miss a reset.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, you just put the paddle there.
Makes sense then.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you think of our beautiful Winchester, by the way?
Oh, I think it's great. Yeah, I was nearby. You know, Kiersten was like, I really like the RPM so much. It's my favorite paddle. Can you come teach here? And it's pretty close by, so I showed up. So thanks to Kiersten for setting that up.
Yeah, well, she is the girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing here.
Awesome. And what did you think about the crew we got here?
The crew was good. They were great players. I was a little nervous, actually. I almost lost a couple of games. They're a little too good.
For the record, he doesn't remember this happened. But for those of you that did see that interview, I almost earned him when I was played with him. Yes. Do you remember now? Almost earning is, against James Ignatowich, almost earning is pretty impressive, right?
I don't remember that
Thank you. Yeah, you said that last time. I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I don't remember that. So, hey, we're going to move on. He did that same face, too.
Yeah,
I'm going to put them side by side on the videos. All right, we're going to go around. If you have a question, then we'll come around. All right.
So my question was regarding paddle shapes. So I just got the Q2, and I had the Friction Pro before. I know they offer in the elongated and the wide body. You've advocated for the wide bodies, but did you ever consider a hybrid in between those two shapes? I feel like that's what I would gravitate towards if it was available.
Yeah, that'll be available in like 5 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have one coming out. It's going to be like just the same shape, but just right in between both.
Awesome.
So like the 11624 Ultra shape or the Cosmo shape with Yola.
Great.
Yeah.
Tom, you're up.
So why are paddles like $350 when tennis rackets used to be like $175 and they were like these huge long?
Well, paddles are the same. I think top paddles are like the same as like tennis rackets in price, right?
Yeah.
They cost the same to make.
Yeah.
So that's the answer.
Like they were comparable in price.
Well, yeah.
Technology that goes into it.
Yeah, well, I think people don't realize that it costs the same to make a tennis racket as a pickleball paddle. Because the pickleball paddle is full of foam, and so it's smaller, but a tennis racket is just a hollow frame of carbon fiber. So it's bigger, but it's literally just carbon fiber, hollow frame, and there's nothing in the center when you make it. You replace the strings. So to make a pickleball paddle is literally the same price. So those are the economics. Yeah.
When's your paddle coming out?
Oh, that's say that again.
When's the paddle coming out, the one you're using today?
The big one?
Yeah.
A part of me just wants to not let anybody else use it. Just keep it.
You are going to sell those, aren't you?
But no, I probably will. I'll probably sell them in like a few months.
Okay.
But I want to be the first. Like it'll be me, Ryan Fu, other pros will start using it while it's unreleased.
You can
that's
have
the
like an
plan.
action photo of yourself on it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of paddle space. I could put a whole piece of art on it.
Is it a big process to get that approved, or is it already approved?
It's the same any other paddle. You just submit it and they approve
Test it all out? That's
Yeah.
good.
How long do these paddles last if you're doing everyday use? Would you
Depends on
say
the-
roughly?
Yeah, it depends on the person. Like if it's me versus you, probably lasts me less long because I hit a little harder. Only by a little bit. Yeah, but it depends. Probably a few months. If you really want to have the best budget ever, you could use one paddle for like a year. But I don't know if I would do that. I'd probably do like 3 or 4 months if you really want it to be good and fresh. Because even paddles that have a more durable core surface, after 3 or 4 months of consistent use, almost no product is going to be like it was when it was new.
We've been in Asia for like 9 months now. The weather's different, more humid. The ball reacts differently, both off the paddle and also in the air. Does that change a lot of your shot selection and your thought process of approaching a game, or is it kind of do the same thing, just expect that the ball is going to be a little slower?
Well, yeah, so when it's hot outside, actually your paddle gets more powerful. The paddle gets more powerful in the heat because the foam gets softer. So yeah, it actually kind of counteracts how much softer the ball gets. 2 years ago when paddles were honeycomb with no foam, the ball would be softer and the paddle wouldn't be more powerful, but now it meets right in the middle. If you play in the heat with a paddle that has any foam in it, which I think all of these do, then it basically is the same because the paddle will be more powerful. Yeah.
Thank you for your YouTube content, man. I watch that all the time, and it helped me a lot. Since being in Asia, is there a difference in their style of play, or that you notice different from American
Yeah, I
players?
think do you guys know who Kwang Duong is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he doesn't take any dinks out of the air, and he plays like a foot or a couple feet off the kitchen line. And in Asia, like almost everybody copies him. It's pretty funny. So nobody really like hugs the kitchen line and tries to flick balls out of the air, except for Kwang's little brother Bao. So Kwang's little brother is the only person that doesn't copy Kwang. He's like, I don't want to copy Kwang, and he's very good. Kwang's little brother's like 15, and they won the Vietnam championships. Like his little brother is probably gonna be better than him. But yeah, everybody kind of lays off the line and they don't try to take dinks out of the air. I think it's super important to try to be aggressive and take volley dinks out of the air and stuff like that.
Like, just because there's so many like badminton players that
Yeah.
the overheads are a lot more.
Well,
that's
yeah,
like-
people that have badminton backgrounds have overheads that are just as good as tennis. There's no difference because in tennis, anybody that was good at tennis should be able to finish the point with an overhead.
I have a follow-up question about hugging the line. So when you're playing mixed, even a lot of the pro women, right, they are off the line, and I play off the line a little bit to give the male player more room. Would
Yeah.
you say that is
I think
more?
that's good. That's probably the way to do it. I think it's good to probably be like a foot off the line, but you just have to be active and on your toes and ready to move. No matter how good the guy is, even in the pros, you don't always know what the guy's going to do. Because
Right.
I don't know what I'm going to do. Sometimes there's random stuff. It's the nature of good mixed doubles is that the guy's a little erratic, and that's what makes it hard for the opponent too. So you have to be reactive.
And then I also feel like with the paddle technology that you can still speed a ball up. If you're off and it bounces, you can speed it up, which we couldn't do 4 years ago. So does that give people more opportunity to be off the line?
Yeah, I think so for sure. I mean, I think that the only decision I make whether I hit a ball hard or soft is how high it is. So it's not if I'm back there, because if I'm at the baseline even or behind the
Yeah.
baseline, if it's this high, I'm still going to hit it really hard. If it's above my shoulder and I'm resetting it, that's just not smart. So I try to, if it's above my waist, I hit it hard, and if it's below my waist, I hit it soft. I keep it pretty simple. I don't overthink it.
Oh, talking about hitting it hard, man. You whip the smack out that ball. How do you get so much power? Is it having like a loose wrist, or is it like muscle workouts?
Yeah, having a loose wrist, also doing like, so I would take like a, kind of, this is a random fun fact. A few years ago, I got started, I would take a 10-pound weight and I would do wrist workout like this, and like this, and like this, 15 reps and 3 sets of it. And I did it 4 days a week, and I started with like 10, and now I can do it with like 25. And I'm not like a super strong person, but like that particular thing, like some guy in the gym will be like, what's wrong with this guy? So I think that's probably a helpful part of it.
So, are there any dating apps in China? How's that going over there?
Your wife is right over here. You know that, right? I'm just kidding.
Not to embarrass you or anything.
Well, no, I mean, I don't speak Chinese. So. Yeah, but
It doesn't work.
well, when I live in China, I live in the factory hub. So there's nobody that speaks English. There's Beijing, there's Shanghai, some people speak English, but where I live, it's the middle of nowhere. And it's just me in the factory, and yeah, there's no dating.
Who else? Any other questions?
Okay.
Kiersten, do you have a question? Tammy. Thank you again, Tammy and Mike.
Kind of random, but what do you think about the DUPR rating system? Like, do you think it's fair?
That's a good question.
Well, yeah, I think it's a great business. I think DUPR is probably worth a lot of money right now because they have everybody's data. So DUPR has so many email addresses and so much data that I think, like you guys saw the PPA valuation, like the UPA, you know, they got valued at $500 million or something like that. But that's actually just coming mostly from Pickleball Central and their stake in DUPR. It's not coming from the Pro Tour. The Pro Tour loses $40 million a year. I actually think the Pro Tour is kind of like a proxy to just get attention to like DUPR and the rec game. I don't actually think the Pro Tour is going to do anything. So I think that that's a super valuable company. And so they have to keep doing what they're doing, you know, because if they have literally millions, over a million of email addresses and contact information of people that buy pickleball products, that email list is super valuable.
So we've probably missed the boat on buying stock in DUPR,
Yeah, there's
but
no.
we should do it today.
I don't think they're going to go public anytime soon.
Buy your
But yeah, so I think that's like a. So I mean, at the end of the day, I guess maybe some people will be kind of annoyed if their DUPR's too low or something.
Yeah,
But like
I
they
mean, do
gotta
you think
just.
that the rating system, the way it works, is?
I don't even really know how it works. Like, I don't
Okay.
pay attention because pros don't even care. I don't even know what my DUPR is. I think my high was like a 6.9. I think it was like 6.9. But no, I don't even know how it works. I know it's like games and you have points and that's all I know. But there's got to be some rating system.
Yes.
You know.
I have one more question.
Yeah.
It might be a question, I don't know how much you can answer it really, but I saw that Yola had brought lawsuits against a number of paddle companies, including yours, for like copying. Is there anything you can say about that?
Yeah, I mean, I might get in trouble.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I think it's fine. Well, yeah, what can I say?
It's okay. We
I
could
probably
talk
can't
off
say
air on
that.
it if you want. That's all right. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Great questions. Well done. Thank you to James. Thank you so much. Tammy, Mike, Kiersten, you guys have all been great. All right, everybody.
Okay.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.